Hello, welcome. In this video, I am going to show you how we can create app-driven integration in Oracle Generation 3. So in previous video, I have shown you how we can create the first schedule integration in our integration instance. Now let's begin. So before going to start, I request you to, if you have not subscribed this channel yet, please subscribe this channel and don't forget to select the bell icon that as all, so that whenever I will upload any videos, you will get a notification of that. And friends, whenever you like the video, subscribe the video channel and do any comment. It gives us the motivation to create such kind of videos again and again. So please don't forget to make a comment and subscribe and like the videos. So let's begin. So for creating the integration, we have to click on the create icon, and once we will create on the create icon, we will have option to select the integration pattern or integration type. So previously I created integration as schedule. Now it's time to create as app driven. So for app driven, it's considered as an application. You can see that it start running when it receive an event from an application. Even the application, whenever we want to create such integration, that integration can be run from as a trigger or run at any time whenever we require. We can select app driven integration. So here we have to provide the name. So let me provide the name xxad as app driven, and it is for the testing purpose. So I will use test integration 01. And here previously I created this integration and given the package as OIC dot test. So I will use the same. Here you can see. So once I will select the package, the both integration will be mapped with this package only. So now click on the create. So as previously we know that whenever we are creating schedule integration, we have two endpoint, that is the scheduler endpoint and the stop endpoint default. But in app driven, we don't have any endpoint. So for initiating the app driven integration, we require any endpoint. That endpoint can be trigger endpoint. Remember the trigger endpoint. And trigger endpoint, it means that we require one trigger connection that can initiate our integration. For that, I have already created one REST connection. So we will use that REST connection to initiate our integration. So here you can see we have various integrations showing here. As here you can see in the connection part, once you will click here in the invoke, right, in the trigger connection icon, you will get all the connection created here. That integration created with the role as a trigger or trigger and invoke. Remember, not invoke only. Invoke will show once integration will be initiated. So here I will select the REST endpoint. In the REST endpoint, with the help of REST endpoint, when we are adding the REST endpoint, we can configure the request payload and the response payload. So right now I just want to configure anything. I will just use integration connection to initiate the integration. So I just added there only. So once we will add the connection, it will show you the details. So here you can see I have to provide the basic name of that endpoint. So as I know that this endpoint is that this connection is for the REST connection, and this endpoint is going to initiate the integration. So I will use a start, and this is the REST type connection. So I will use REST, so that in log message or somewhere we can easily identify the integration in the endpoint name. So now here you can see you can provide the description or details of the endpoint. So I will provide the description as this is used to start the integration. Right now here everything is fine. We have to go for the next. In next step we have to it will ask the URI of the integration. So as we said that whenever we are creating app driven, it's going to be generate as a REST API, as we have used the REST connection in the initiate point. So here we have to provide the name what this endpoint is going to do. So I just, this is not like mandatory, so I will skip this one. And here you can see the default as like it's mandatory, so default as default. If you want to provide anything, you can provide. And the URI is the mandatory, so I will provide the URI as a test. And now here you can see we can provide the method of the endpoint. As we can see that this is the REST connection we added, that's why we have the method. And you know that each and every REST API have the method, right? So I just want to let it as a get, so that it will not ask for the request and the response payload. And here once we selected the get, after that we have option to select that the any payload we want to add, anything like configuration, response payload, anything. I just don't want to anything. And here you can see we have the header request. I just want to configure the header or the response header, anything. So I will skip the things. Just I have added the URI, and now we will go for the next. So as I have not added the request and the response payload, that will be directly moved to the end summary. So you can see this is the endpoint and summary. If you will see, this is the URI and method is get. And once click on the done, integration instance will show you the details. So here you can see that this the canvas on the canvas endpoint is showing in this way. So in the mapper, once we are saying we have mapper, we can map the values. So as I don't want to configure any response payload, so mapper will be empty only. So here let me change the way. So now this, with the help of this endpoint, integration will be started. With the help of this endpoint, integration will be ended, and this is the mapping for returning the data. I just don't want to provide any mapping. So whenever integration will start, I just want to show the log message. So I will just add the action. Here we have the logger. So I will add the logger so that logger can show the message. So here we have in logger we have to provide the values. I just want to provide any value. I just show you the message. So this is my first app driven, or we can say application integration. Now done, we have done the values. Just click here, it will be removed. So now we added the logger to print the log message. Now after that we want to send an email. So for sending an email we have notification, right? So I will use notification to send an email. You can see notification action. So just drag notification action here, and you have to provide all the details to from where we have this to whom this we want to send an email. So I just want to send an email to myself only, gmail.com, and from where this email will trigger. So as we have default as no reply at oracle.com, and subject I will provide this is test email for application integration. This is the subject I have added, and once the subject we have to provide the body. So once you will click here, the body tab tags will be open and we have to provide the value. So I will just provide hi team. This is the first app driven, or we can say application integration. I just don't want to add any parameters variable, that will be escape, and records I will just give the OIC team. And now I don't want to configure any attachment and all. So now our notification is ready. Just click here to remove this notification part, right? So now our integration is ready. So here we have error. So let me see what kind of error. So here you can see we have to provide the value in double quotes, if you remember, as this is a string values, right? So now it's ready. So once we will click here, the error will be removed. Now here you can see our integration will initiate by this endpoint. It will show you the log message. It will send an email. After that, it will end the integration by this endpoint. So now it's time to save the integration and run. So whenever any integration created, it's mandatory to provide a tracing variable, that business identifier. That's why it's showing one error here. Once you will click, you can see the error related to missing primary business identifier for tracking purpose, right? So here for adding the tracking variable, you have to click on this icon, business identifier, and here you have to add the values. So I just don't want to provide any additional values. I just what I will do in the connection properties, we have the API method, so I will use that method only. So now everything is fine. What we will do, just we will move here. So we added the tracing variable, everything is ready. This is the canvas page, and I told you that each and every point, like even we can search the details and all. So now it's time to save. Once we will save, our integration will be in configure status. Now it means that it's ready to run. So here you can see we have two integration only. So now it's in configure. We have to first activate the integration. So I will just activate, and yes, it will be in debug mode. So whenever we are saying the debug mode, it will show you the log message. And all the details you can see here. Additional all payloads and all activity inside the loop up to 1000 iteration are shown in the activity stream, and the data remain of the period of 24 hours. It may slow down your system. Yeah, obvious. That's why we have production of facilities, so that it will show you the very less messages, and it will show the integration fast. So now I will select debug for as for the testing purpose. Click on the activate. Now our active integration is activated, and whenever we will run the integration, it will generate one instance ID. So here you can see it's taking time for activation, so I will just wait for a while. Once integration will be activated, then we will run the integration. So here you can see our integration is ready with the debug tracing variable message. Now it's time to run. So for running the integration, what we need to click here, and we have option to run. So once we will click here on the run, we can see we have option to run the integration. Here you can see this is our URI we added as a test, and this is the URI for the integration, and this is the header, body, all these details. As we don't have the any request payload, and it will not return back the response payload, that's why everything is empty here. So now once we will click here, even if you want to see the metadata, I will show you the create separate videos for showing the details. So just I want to run the integration, just click here. So once we will click here, the integration will be run, and it will show you the log messages. So here whenever we run any integration, it generates the instance ID. You can see this is the instance ID, and all the details here we can see. Even the send the email notification. Let me show you the email also. So here you can see we receive one email, that is the subject as this is test email for application integration. Hi team, this is the first app driven integration. I have added the same in the notification only, and same we can see here message started. So as I added the log message, you can see log message here we can see message started. This is will store the details of the log of the integration. We added endpoint as a method, we given the name of the endpoint, all these things, right? You can see the method as get, and this is the URI, everything, right? And once this will be done, you can see the log message. Once we will click here, we can see the log message we added. This is my first app driven application integration. This is the log message we added. And after that, here you can see we added the email notification. Here once you will open, you can see all the values, whatever values we got, and the email you can see here. So this is the way we can create app driven integration, and we can check that one. Thank you so much for watching. We'll meet in next video. Request you to don't